चिन्ताभिलपनां प्रज्ञापारमितामजाम् अनिरोधां नभोरूपां स्वसंवेद्यानगोचरां प्रत्येकैकस्य तां वन्दे त्रिकालजिनम् एवं मया श्रुतम् एकस्मिन् समये भगवान् राजगृहे विहरति स्म गृध्रकूटे पर्वते महता भिक्षुसङ्घेन सार्धम् महता च बोधिसत्त्वसङ्गेन तेन खलु समयेन भगवान् गम्भीरावभासं नाम धर्मपर्यायस्य समाधिं समापन्न तेन च समयेन आर्यावलोकितेश्वरो बोधिसत्त्वो महासत्त्वो गम्भीरायां प्रज्ञापारमितायां चर्यां चरमाणाम् एवं व्यवलोकयति स्म पञ्चस्कन्धांस्तांस स्वभावशून्यान् व्यवलोकयति अथ आयुष्मान् सारिपुत्रो बुद्धानुभावेन आर्यावलोकितेश्वरं बोधिसत्त्वं महासत्त्वम् एतदवोचत् यः कश्चित् कुलपुत्रो वा कुलगृहीता वा अस्यां गम्भीरायां प्रज्ञापारमितायां तेन कथं शिक्षितव्यम् एवमुक्ते आर्यावलोकितेश्वरो बोधिसत्त्वो महासत्त्व आयुष्मन्तं सारिपुत्रम् एतदवोचत् यः कश्चित् सारिपुत्र कुलपुत्रो वा कुलदुहिता वा अस्यां गम्भीरायां प्रज्ञापारमितायां चर्यां चर्तुकामस्तेनैवं व्यवलोकितव्यम्। पंचस्कन्धा
Test 1 2 English test 1 2
स्वभावशून्यान् समनुपश्यति। रूपं शून्यता शून्यतैव रूपम् रूपान्न पृथक् शून्यता शून्यताया न पृथक् रूपम् यद्रूपं सा शून्यता या शून्यता तद्रूपम् एवं वेदना संज्ञा संस्कार विज्ञानानि च शून्यता। एवं सारिपुत्र सर्वधर्मा शून्यता अलक्षणा अनुत्पन्ना अनिरुद्धा अमला अभिमला अनुना असंपूर्णा। तस्मात् तर्हि सारिपुत्र शून्यतायां न रूपं न वेदना न संज्ञा न संस्कारा न विज्ञानम् न चक्षुर्न श्रोत्रं न घ्राणं न जिह्वा न कायो न मनो न रूपं न शब्दो न गन्धो न रसो न स्रष्टव्यं न कर्मा न चक्षुर्धातुर्यावन्न मनो धातुर्न धर्म धातुर्न मनो विज्ञान धातु नाविद्याशयो यावन्न जरा मरणं न जरा मरणक्षयः न दुःख समुदय निरोध मार्गः न ज्ञानं न प्राप्ति न प्राप्ति। तस्मात् सारिपुत्र अप्राप्तित्वेन बोधिसत्त्वानां प्रज्ञापारमिताम् आश्रित्य विहरति अचित्तावरणा। चित्तावरणनास्तित्वात् अत्रस्तो विपर्यासातिक्रान्तो निष्ठा निर्वाणप्राप्तः। त्र्यव्यवस्थिता सर्वबुद्धा प्रज्ञापारमिताम् आश्रित्य अनुत्तरां सम्यक् सम्बोधिम् अभिसम्बुद्धा। तस्मात् ज्ञातव्य प्रज्ञापारमिता महामन्त्र महाविद्यामन्त्र अनुत्तरमन्त्र असमसममन्त्र सर्वदुःख प्रशमनमन्त्र सत्यम् अमिथ्यत्वात् प्रज्ञापारमितायाम् उक्तो मन्त्र तद्यथा ॐ गते गते पारगते पारसंगते बोधि स्वाहा। ॐ गते गते पारगते पारसंगते बोधि स्वाहा। ॐ गते गते पारगते पारसंगते बोधि स्वाहा। एवं सारिपुत्र गम्भीरायां प्रज्ञापारमितायां चर्यायां शिक्षितव्यं बोधिसत्त्वेन महासत्त्वेन। अथ खलु भगवान् तस्मात् समाधिर्युत्थाय आर्यावलोकितेश्वराय बोधिसत्त्वाय महासत्त्वाय साधुकाय Sadhu Kulaputra Evametad Kulaputra Evametad Gambhirayam Prajnaparamithayam Saryam Sartavyam Yatha Tvaya Nirdishtam Anumodyate Sarvatatha Gatair Arhadvi Idam Avochad Bhagavan Atmana Ayushman Sariputra Ayavalokiteswarascha Bodhisattva Mahasattvas Teja Vikṣavas Teja Bodhisattva Mahasattva.
English test 1 2. English test 1 2. Live stream. English test 1 2. Live stream. English test 1 2. English test. English test 1 2. Live stream. English test 1 2. Distorted, not distorted. English test 1 2. A little bit.
Masajime Jaram Baraja, Majamega Najamani, Tuzara, Shishava, Duzumge, Zalo, Dayada Yadavade, Janajumande, Javaka, Geda Javada, Janjazava, Geda Javada, Daja, Jumde, Zamana, Janjazamba, Salazo Jen Zen Yen Den Gyatso Shen Lan Zheng Lu Kanye Wang Bo Nye Bra Nye Ba Yen Gong Ban Dang Ban Dong Bra Zeng Ba Lun Deng Ba Yen Zeng Yen Dereng Ha Wan Da Wei La Me Sha Lai Cha Sa Shen Zeng Ba Len Zhe Yen Gyatso Yen Nan Da Men Drong Gong Ben Gyu La Yen Ne Zhang Be She Zha La Nam Bran Yen Ban Da Zin Yang Da Zhen Den Den Zhe Zhang Da Zin Yen Ban Ma Zha Gang Xie Pen Zhe Men Zhe Lan De Lan Zhe Den Zhen Men De Zhe Ba Na Ma Zhen Den Zhe Zhang Ke Lan Cha Zha Ke Yen Zhen Den 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 Dun Dan Da Yen Jian Gang Song De Lan Yen Bran Zhe Yen Yang Zhe Dan Den Bran Gang Min Na Zhe Zhe Na Len Ban Ye Zhen Jian Gong Zhe Chen Gyo De Yue Me Lan Zhen Guen Yin De Nye Se Ban Ye La Ye Zhe Zhen Ben Zhen Zhe La Yang Zhe Nam Ban Den Da Do Le Bra Zhang Ben Ye Wa De Ra Zhen Yen Do Ngo Do Ge De La Do Yen Da Da Yen Lo Yan De Zo Men Zo Ten Zhe Zang Ben Dan Den Ban De Yen Ge Lan De Cha Ga Zhen Dong Ye La Zha Zhen Da La Nam Bra Ke Be Ye Zang Lan Ge De Zhen Cho Zhen Gang De Ma Zhen De Nye Zhen Nan Ge Yen Do Nam Bran Dan Ban Go Wes Ke Ba Nam Ye Nam Gan Do Ngam Ban Ge Lan Cha Zan Tien Ba Ga Ye Zhen Na Yang Ken Yen De Le Men Das Nyen Ba So Lan De Le Shen De De Nam Lan De Shin De Da Ko Na De Son Be Ke Son Do Ba Kra Nan Ka Le Wen De Yang De Sen Be Wan Jro Ke Lan Cha San He Je Do La Yin Yen Dan Zhen Ba Nam La Si Dan Cho Zhe Na Cho Zhe Shen Cho Zhe Nam La Cho Nyan Gan Je Ben Go Do Zhe Ye Nye Wa Ben La De Dem De Zhe Ke Da Ba De De Guen Je Ke La Cha San Ye Ye De Zhe Sen Yen Da La Dan Do Ba Zhen Zin De Zhe Wang Ba Nian Don Zhen Ya Wa Ye Yan Tong Bran De Le Gen Ge Nan Dan Lan De Ben Zong Ba Me Zin Kong Ban De Yang Gen Zhen Ne Guan Liang Dong De Ke Jia Dong Zhen Ke Liang Te Ban Dan De Yang Te Nan Yam Song De Nan Ye Le Ren Zhen De Zong Zhe Zi Bren Gyur Ban Yun De Me Lan Chu Dan Ne Ke Wa Ye Na Yun Den Yun Den Zhen Ye Ke Nan Ye Yun Den Cha Ban Ke Lan Mang Do To Be Lo Sa Wan Chan Den Dong Zhe Ke Nam Lu Zhen To Be Ke La La De Be Me Don Ye Bran Zi Zhe Zi Be Tu Da Ba Lu Zhe Ke La Cha Zan Du Nan Do Zhe Me Do We Zi Zhe Ke La Ge Sun Jie Dra Pe Nya Ke Yen De Lun Bran Ke Nya Mi Yen Gan Ye Ke De De Da Zhe Nam Dra San Na Zi Ma Ren Me Ne Me Ngan Te Ma Me Ban Te Ma Nam Bran Da Lan Zhen Sa Wan Ke Lan Gan Ye Len Lun De Le Go Ne Me Den De Gan De Go Ne Zi Ma Gan De Cho Su Lun Jo Na Te Bran Gyur Ya Me Me Do We Me Se Nam Dra Lan Nan Ye Yun De Le Dan Tha Ba Ya Se La De Ban De Da Ko Na De Lan De Ben Go Ne Dam Sun Je Se Je De Jro Nyum Sela Gebe Kenam Da Sige Ngada Subras Nangyang Simbo Lode Gyatso Ye Yende Medo Gobe Belwal Sona Doba Ngayo De Ye Da Siso La Miango Pain Tobarash Dedra De De Ba De Gonga Ye Gyatso Gebe De La Gangeb Rosalan De La La Miando Ze Ye Je Sebe Chala Joba Jo Sebe Dejen Dawan Dajen Ze Yende Gyatso Shalan Jodo Kanye Wamba Nyewa Nyeba Yen Gwamba Damba Dobran Zemba Lodem Bavin Zeyen Daranga Wandawe Lame Jalan Jaza Choze Baden Zeyen Gyatso Ye Nadra Mendo Gobe Gyuraz Kene Jambe Sejala Nambra Kemban Daje Yanda Zenda Deze Yanda Ze Kemban Wasaraz Kaje Benzo Beze Kandela Zede Chome Deze Kwana Mazon De Toda Kela Chazan Keje Zende De Lanjo Tado Yenze Kansum De Lanjo Branze Nyan Seda Daba Gamek Naze Tsunan De Banje Tsunje Kwando Chunjurab Deya Bala Chakanje Denye Seban Kelan Yeze Zemben Zenzela Yanze Namban Dendan Lebra Jambe Gewa De Ranjo Nyedo Ngondog De La Doge Dana Ye Loya Tezo Mezot Tenze Sambo Dande Bande Kela De Chas Kashi De Gela Chas Nala Nambra Kebek Kege Sola Gende Chose Kanto Maze Denye Sena Kege To Nambra Damba Koves Keba Namje Namgando Ngamba Yela Jaza Temba Kaye Chala Yan Kege Dele Medas Keba Sola Dele Jen Dele Namla Deshin Dera Kona De Zombe Kyeson Tomba Konat Kalaven De Ya Le Zembe Wanjra Jalan Jaza Yegen Dala Yegen Dan Jeba Namla Jeda Shode Nala Zoze Shun Zode Namla Jagan Kanye Bekra Doze Ye Nyavra Bela Dedem Tenze Geda Mandon De Gwenje Gela Chazan Kege Leze Zenge Ta Ladan Doba Reje Tenze Wamba Nyendo Jen Yawa Ye Nyan Dombrang Dele Gege Nanda Lan Debe Zoba Mezis Koma Deya Gege Na Gwane Andonde Gechaz Domze Gene Damba Dan Deya Nyama Nyamso Dena Gene Renze De Zoze Zede Girban Yende Mela Chodan Gyawa Nyana Yende Yende Zenge Gena Ge Yende Chaba Kela Mada Debe Lozawa Chade Dezo Genam Lada Debe Gela Debe Nyedo Gemrai Zeze Zebe Dodana Laza Gela Chata Donava Doze Medo Zeze Gela Gyatso Zendra Vega Gege De Lebra Gega Mege Kanje Gede De Daje Nadra Sana Chema Dhamma Mela Dhamma Nabra Dala Jazawa Jala Kanje Lelo Jave Gone Medende Kade Gone Jema Kade Jaza Lajrana Dhamra Genya Mebe Doya Meja Nadala Naje Yende Leda Tava Gyatso Lade Amba Dela Gona Dela Debe Gone Dazo Ye Sebje Dejra Danyro Sera Jebe Jena Dan Seje Ngada Zebras Danye Jeba Lode Gyatso Ye Yende Meda Gyurbe Belwan Sona Doba Gayan Deyenda Zaza Lame Gobayan Dobras Dedra Dede Bade Gonga Yen Gyatso Gebe De La Gange Naza De La Lame Doje Yeshe Zebe Jalan Jobra Isho Oma Zodon Donda Gombra Shebe Nyawra Dane Debe Kashe Don Demba Renje Banze Leyo Dorje Chogyo Namla Sheba
Do Ladan Jebe Sonan Geshingjo, Redan Kilgura Kunji Dabo, Paul Sakya Bachambo, Gabgang Matize Durchan Chamachodan, Gabgang Matize Rinpoche, Namani Givi, Lason Denis Makendo, Paso Kendo Duba Gyatso, Shabe Ngomborto Dundo, Gosun Rakoka Yopa, Helena, Lu family, Cheng, Xiu Feng family, Cheng Xiu Yang family, Lacha Dame the Che, Solwa Fortu Demning, Sishi Pende Maluba Junwe Shigo, Yawa Boram Shingbe Rilu. Tembaru Moja Cheda, Cheda Palde Sake Be Yapchu, Zuna Juru Onji Chimbo Jida, Palden Bebe Sheshon, Sakeba Chimbo Kunganyambola Kababi, Kedra Kaboshi, Galaketra Menga Lusan, Sunga Ram, Rimboche Lam, De Chewa Chuda Demberilu, Timama Badini, 초도 내가 군대 더신게라 유료데 내바당 대제 군지 주겐 고살라면 남진 겹겐 교양 보탐지킨지 세바좀 초당 야와 탐지킨 캠베 이시 본부지도 되베 지존 재미양 미 수수 좀봐 장조 토베 갸자 레단 기고 갸조에 겹다 감선 최기 야보 텐데 뿐이 담바 로벤 페메 기도 거기 온주 라마 람데바 첨보 나장 탐지켄바 다자난게 면도 강라 법에 라갈라리 콘도 사게바시 센조 숨등게 답에 세베 탈두 캡에 빨게 Sakya Trizen Sakya Trizen Rinpoche ledu Chenyang Sakya Trizen Rinpoche Changchenpo Ngawa Kunga Trizen Palora Trizen Samya Ongi Gyabo Tashi Dabe Gyatso Pasambo Chodan Sakya Trizen Shenye Barana Bozo Rinpoche Nambani Gui Reso Machebe Tenzin Keche Dambakana Sushi Tamje Gyawa Tseta Ngor Tembara Shune Zeti Yarngo Dadar Peshin Gela Tugi Sheduen Tata Bemelungi Dubana Gedungi Denanga Tudun Tinsanshi Chango Loba Tosonda Ponga Samdiki Holo 다도 셔와당 갈덴사회 인제 탈락은 베텐다 캡제 디신 추루 나와군가 대전 추기님 맞대매 가진 추기 쇠 개든 두지요나 제대로 소화 대바신 지게도 제 사진게 상안에 알알레델링게 토탈레 데라라 제발로 삼라데 간데 지존 비로 파셰 바다게 볼도 유바 에마오 셰 손바다 파이케 지군지 주게 두대 군지 메브로 담바 유바 나주로 온지 첨보 두전 비로 베카솔 갈덴 용주게 나다 지존 사게 바첨보라 까밥 송아 람 데보다 집에 당하기 Sakya Nige Tsema Shiye Damba Gyatso Tabo Sabchue Che Rindadan Dawan Nam Tsushindo Toda Nyamshe Neme Zebe Chinlage Tsenga Shenle Che Kebar Dopabe Palden Sakya Be Yapchu Shugyu Zimba Namsu Kebe Namjodon Dube Goban Tomar Shebani Chomen Gyakhan Kunde Seri Tenwa Sardu Ngarwatar Kiru Damba Saham Machebra Jonda Junshin Batar Nyingyu Shidinge Lama Le Tsema Shidinge Sunga Rinpoche Lamde Shuweze Sensang Gonsum Yamadawa Shekino Badan Denam Gitule Jigedo Duladiga Joe Gucheva Punja Gave Tembo Boche Sumbatra Dean Doa Molube Nega the Tortuga Diga Joe Guchibon, Cherry Punja Gave Tembo Bochada, Yangue Chanchutu Gaza Paul Sevachambor, Lotama Meba, Georgian Sirkin, Yanshutaba Dinga Chodo Nega Kuda Darshin Gabana, Tonso Mijiki, they come to Chachu to Subeba, Lojota to Leva, Nemo to the Junshun Nebaso, Nidugi Medin Guso Madur Ansarashin, Dugan Chura de Gazo Palatato, launch to the Baso, go to me, Cheto Mikde, Tenso Rajanko Gato Chengar Churinansa Tema Gasardan. Nyensha Sinari one Kapgan Gomatizan to the Chanchamucho, Medatiso, the Bola Tende or Gadan of Chu, Bojan or Chiti Chidon of Rananze, Kapgan Gomatiza and Nabazar and Bojuki, Medatiso, the Bola Tende or Gadan of Chu, Bojan or Angadon Agadas Rananze, Capcho Akash Bazar and Bojuki, Bojan or Yudon Agadas Rananze, Sarbe Tijanam Yingidon, the Bojan or Yudon Agadas Rananze, Jizoma Namanigidon, Bozo or Yudon Agadas Rananze. Capcho the Shinchuro, the Radu Yingidon, Bojan or Chidon of Rananze. 도시를 소저다 샤바 켄도 우셀레는 남라하고다 퍼보 켄들에 니게 거리자레당 최시와 용라 샤바게 대도고 지티 도메고 장갑주체 가데도승게 볼란쇼 볼란나 공소레 되는 게메도 두바단 샤르존도 규주로와 다자 모두 용경원이 레단 타게긴을 규르베 갈게네데 버체 말루베 시싱 퉁게 레조도다 베멜링게 두베 도면 갸강 첸어 겹주체스 바 켄겐 샤소아주도 데발라 캬네 버조도 바 야소에 동도 구갸에바 송양도 징양 주 Mali Yening, John Lee Lingway, Neshu Sol, Tensu Changara Churangi, the Gabi Matijan to the Chancho Mochugo, Medicine, Tenso de Bola, then they were a gathering of Joe, Bojang or Chirichi dollars around the Gabi Matiza and Nabazar, but the Chugo, Medan they were a gathering of Bojang or $2 around the Capture Kondagash Bazar, but the Chugo, Bojang or Matana Yadas around the Capture Sarabatijan Naming, Bojang or Natonas around the Jizuma number Susan of Bojo or Natonas around the Capture, the Shinchuru, the 32 Naming, Bojo or Chidonas around the Ray Wush, Lenin, Loparbo, and Dujir Susada, Shaba Gendur and Nigawar. Garage, Gadusung, Bonashable, and Atomic Taste of a King and Shaso Dutch the Debala. Camne Paso to Gyatso, to the Guyaba, Liu Xing, Wang Yi, Liu Yi, Shu Shu Shi, Ilu, Nana, Shusol, Tensu Generation in Chata, Matijan to the Chanch Mochugo, Medaduso, they will attend over a gathering of Jew, Bojang or Angadon Agadas around the Cap. Captain Gomatiza and Nabazar and Bochugo, Medatin over a gathering of Bosang or Yudon Agadas around the Capjo Kondagash Bazar and Bochugo, Bojo or Chidon Agadas around the Capjo Sarabatijan Naming, Bojo or Chidon Agadas around the Jizuma number Suzu, Bojo or Chidon Agadas around the Capjo, the Shinchuru, the Tatu Naming, Bojo or Chido around the Re Wush, Lenin, or Porbo, the Dujir Susha, the Sheba, Gendur and Nige, or Angapchureda, Lamde Shaldev Guru, Guti Gedon, Tomen. Gaming up to the chair, got it using a balanceable and to make it the taste of a king and shall swat such the debala. Can a possible by Gyatso Shabang Proto to Shuswa, Talam Ningu shitting a lamale, Sema shitting a Sunga Rinpoche, Lamde Shuopo Yola Shalagi to Gukayoba, Mugum, Gyatso Nami, and cheating Adon, Susma Sheshta Nangmening, Chitingadon, Manoj Guru Nangmening, Tingadon, Karsang Niman, Ne, Ngati Chidon Che Bolam, Boalana, to make a Gamichuan, Nanguin or the King Shusachis de Bala. And then I am doing Shushuala and Sadaji Shugichela. Sangin Shugi or Chuzu Gobatone, Kamdo.
Tomorrow morning is always will conduct the Bodhisattva vow ceremony, and the afternoon will be acceptance of disciples. All the Khenpo, Tulkus, and monks and nuns, tomorrow morning will be Bodhisattva vow ceremony, and an afternoon will be acceptance of Vajra disciples. All the monks and nuns who are fully ordained should bring your chogo, that teaching Dharma robe that you wear only on special occasions. Don't miss.
Raja Mame
Must attain perfect enlightenment for the benefit of countless sentient beings who are as vast as the limit of the spice. For that purpose, I will listen to the profound Mahayana teachings with correct intention and by observing correct conduct with the intention to practice them. The correct attitude is stated in a Vaikya Yukti. Sit on a low seat and look up to the teacher with delightful gaze in drinking the nectar of blessed words, just like a patient listens to the prescription given by the doctor. Regarding the correct attitude, Jataka Mala says, arrogance, lack of faith, lack of interest, distraction, close-mindedness, and sadness are the 6 impediments in listening to the teaching. Thus try to avoid these faults of a vessel and listen with a respectful and correct attitude and conduct. The subject you are listening to the teaching is precious Lamde teachings, path with resolve. It is sole path used by all the Tathagatas of all times. It is the extracted essence and meaning of both Sutra and Tantra, which contains all the teachings of the Buddha. It is the thought and the profound views of the esteemed Mahasiddha Virupa. It is the gateway to the wise. It is a lamp clarifying all Sutra and Tantra. It challenges those who lack merit to comprehend. It is the stairway to reach the city of Nirvana for those who are ready to climb. Its nature is the meditative state of emptiness, which is excellent. It is the instructions, the result, the instruction that knows many. By knowing one, it transforms faults into qualities, changes obstacles into attainments, removes hindrance into meditation by recognizing the meditative absorptions, allays achieves mischief caused by maras by recognizing obstacles, transforms faults into qualities, comprehends unmistaken reality of the 3 higher trainings. It is like the elixir that transforms all base metals into gold, and it is the instructions of the root takes Vajra sentence, which is like the wish-fulfilling gem. These are the 11 characteristics of the subject matter of the teachings of Lambda. It has 3 parts: the history, how to teach and study, and how to benefit others. The history is divided into general spirit of Dharma in general, special spirit of the 9 cycles of the path, and spirit of the precious Lamde teaching. All of these have been covered already. Second, how to teach has 3 subdivisions: the subject, what is used to teach, and how to teach it. It uses 2 methods of the 4 authenticities and 4 oral transmission. First has the nature of authenticity, mix of a fixed number and their sequence. Their sequence is 4. Sequence of how it is taught in the Tantras, historical sequence of practicing them, and sequence of developing the experience. Teachings of the 4 great instructions and the specific pillars of the treatise with which experience will be generated as 4 subdivisions. 1. Guiding according to the treatise as it is, guiding with 6 crucial points of instruction, guiding with 11 instructions, and guiding according to the individual's level of intelligence. Here is guided according to the level of different intelligence of the disciples. This has 4 parts. The first, having established on the foundation of the path through the practice of 3 perception, it will be then understood the 3 continuum. This has been the first taught according to the common vehicle of the Paramitayana. We start with the refuge of supplication during the meditation specific topic, concluding with the dedication of merit. The first has been already covered. For the actual topic of meditation, there's impure perception to arouse renunciation, experiential perception to arouse genuine devotion, and a pure perception to arouse delightful joy. Concerning the second, pure perception, for the yogis, experiential perception to arouse genuine devotion, to cultivate loving kindness, to benefit others, compassion, remove suffering others, and bodhicitta to attain Buddha benefit of others. Of this now, we're going to do the meditation on ultimate bodhicitta this is now a revision of yesterday's teaching, the ultimate bodhicitta, unity of calm abiding, and especially insight meditation. This is divided into three: explanation of nature of ultimate bodhicitta, explanation of actual method to cultivate it, and how to engage in the method of the practice. This is bottom of page 66. Bottom of page 66. Bottom of page 66. Nagarjuna said, unobscured by the conception of self, aggregate soul, unawareness, enlightened and thought of the Buddhas always see the empty nature. They're saying thus the Buddhas are not obscured by the conception of the extreme views concerning self as it is imputed by the heretics. The designation of the aggregate sense doors and objects by the two Nikayas and Sravaka's assertion and imputation of the true nature of consciousness by the Chitta Matra and so on. The unsullied nature of the mind, which is empty and beyond all elaboration contrivances, is the actual meditation subject, the ultimate bodhicitta. This is imputing the label of the subject to the object. Thus, it says, what is calm abiding? It's one-pointedness of the mind. What is special insight? It is the perfect seeing of the specific nature. Sutra Alankara says, by depending on the perfect abiding of the mind, discernment of the discriminating awareness are called calm abiding and special insight. How to engage in the actual method of practice? There is calm abiding meditation, special insight meditation, and meditation, their unity. The first is calm abiding meditation. Bodhicharya says, with the special insight of perfect calm abiding meditation, one should know how to do the perfect distractions of affliction. Firstly, that which is one sought after calm abiding is perfectly real after through the lack of attachment to some self, samsara. As such is the saying, calm abiding originated from the solitude of body and mind. Therefore, one should renounce all conception of attachment to worldly business, of activities, wealth, relatives, loved ones, and so on. One has to remain solitude and then do the meditation. As stated in the Bodhisattva's way of life, by thinking on the quality of solitude, thoroughly pacify conception, then meditate on bodhicitta. Likewise, in order to do calm abiding meditation in solitude, no solitude will be attained if one associates with the childish. Therefore, meditate on feeling sad to associate with such people, for this will bestow solitude without wrong livelihood. Thus, in order to resort to solitude and do calm abiding meditation, one should seek to do calm abiding meditation by recognizing 4 or 5 hindrances and reliance on the 8 antidotes and the application of the 9 methods. The 5 hindrances are laziness, does not allow the mind to engage in the perfect object of meditation. Even if mind engages, it forgets the instruction. Even if it does not forget instruction, dullness, agitation does not allow the mind to abide on the mind. And even if it knows that the dullness, agitation, it does not apply the remedies. And the mind is not abiding due to the over-application. Madhyanta Pibanka says, laziness, forgetfulness, instruction, dullness, agitation, non-application, over-application are the 5 hindrances. In this way, the 8 remedies are remedies for laziness, determination, effort, faith, and pliancy. Man among them is right effort. It is very important to apply right effort to do meditation, to renounce laziness by recollecting the merits of samsara. To remedy forgetfulness, one should possess mindfulness and introspection. By recollecting instructions on the object of meditation, mind will introspectively hold on the attention without forgetting it. The antidote of dullness agitation is a thought that examines whether or not is affected by the dullness agitation. Remedy of non-application of the method to remove dullness agitation is application. These are provided by right effort. The loss of mind due to the over-application remedied by equanimity, which allows the mind to remain equanimous in meditative concentration with moderate exertion of effort, with neither too tight nor too loose, as stated in the quotation below. The 9 methods to tame the mind are: the first is placing that there are 4 techniques. First, the object should be still, the body should be still, non-blinking eye, and the object meditation should be clear. Firstly, I shall attend Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. For that, I will attend meditative concentration, one-pointed attention of the mind. Having cultivated the intention, use an attractive image or a drawing of the Buddha, or either use a blue flower or a drawing of it on a cotton or a silk, and place it right in front of yourself at an appropriate distance, not too near, not too far. Also, make sure it is still. Second, the body should be still, with neither wide open nor closed eyes. It should be focused on the tip of the nose. Body should be straight and the shoulders balanced equally. Head is kept neither high nor low. Teeth and lips are left natural, without noise and panting, without hyperventilation. Let the breath flow gently. Thus remain seated on a comfortable cushion, on a posture that is straight and still. As for the non-blinking eyeballs should be half covered with the upper eyelid, and a kept soft gaze on the visual object. If tears come and whatever happen, let it drop without touching with your hands. Even if painful, do not pay attention to it, but instead focus forcibly on the object. Remain still. The object is kept clear by not examining anything as good or bad, but letting the non-thought awareness of the consciousness appear luminously. Second is continuous placing, refers to placing till it is not remain for a long time from the start. One should first do short time, continue to do many short ones. Third is repair placing, is while recognizing distraction, one mends one's focus on the very object. Fourth is the close placing, is an attempt to disallow the mind from being distracted, but bring the attention closer to the object of mindfulness. The subdued place is when the dull and agitated mind is subdued by the delight of the qualities of meditative concentration, and subdue the mind with antidotes. Sixth is pacified placing, is the ability to pacify the mind with distraction when distraction makes the mind unhappy, it can pacify it by fixing on the object of meditation. 7 is closely placing the mind, is even if adverse thoughts such as ill will or desire were to arise, by refocusing on the object it becomes pacified. 8 is one-pointed placing in one's. Even if one applies the remedy to remove dullness and agitation, it cannot remedy. Therefore, one should place the attention on the very thought itself. 9th is equally abiding place, is effortless placing, yielding the meditative concentration result by familiarization, as stated in the quotation below, which we will skip reading. Thus, it was said that by doing meditation, when a succession of distractive thoughts arise, one after another, like a steep mountain waterfall, it is the first experience known as a recognition of the thoughts. Then when the thoughts become alternate between becoming peaceful and then again suddenly appear like a stream flowing in a narrow mountain gorge, it is the second meditation known as resting of the thoughts. Then not many thoughts arise like a pool in which 3 streams converge. It's highly stirred, but then the subtle mind becomes agitated and harms the mind when certain conditions arise. It is the third experience of the exhausted thoughts. When even for whatever waves the thoughts arise, they quickly become pacified instead of agitating the subtle mind. Like an ocean with waves, it is the fourth experience of a controlled thought. When all thoughts are pacified and the mind abides one-pointedly, like an ocean without waves, it is the fifth experience of inactive thought. Thus, when the When the fifth is one-pointed mind and sustaining its continuity, body and mind generate bliss and pliancy as the authentic and excellent calm abiding. It becomes the support of the doing special meditation. Second is a special meditation, recognition of the clarity. I must attain Buddhahood for the sake of all saints, for the sake of for this purpose, I will realize that this peerless secret mind by relying upon the instructions of the Holy Guru. Grasping onto in relation to one's body as I and mine is just utter confusion. If the so-called self exists, it cannot be anything beside name and body. Since name is temporary label, it is not self. Comprised of flesh, body, blood, and gas and liquid, the self is neither observed outside nor inside of the body, from the soles of the feet, from the way up to the crown. Therefore, the body is not self. Past mind has ceased, future mind has not risen, present mind is instantly ceased. Therefore, mind is not self. Due to this reason, thinking I am is just a baseless confusion. All these external phenomena such as mountains, houses, four elements, including atoms, etc., are not created by anyone such as Lord or God. They are mere appearances of the deluded mental propensities and are comparable to cities, horses, elephants, seen in dreams. As objects do not exist, mind does not also exist. Therefore, one pointedly places the mind on its own state of mere clarity and knowing nature without duality of subject and object. The second is placing the mind on a beyond elaboration. By resting in that state, when one experiences the mere clarity, knowing nature of the mind, one examines where does the mind first arise from. It is found unfound cause and birthless clarity and knowing. When one examines where it abides in the middle, it cannot be found color, shape, etc., or whatsoever. Since it is not found either inside or outside the body, it is non-abiding clarity and emptiness. When one examines where it goes to, in the end, it ceases to nowhere. It is non-ceasing blissfulness. Thus, owing to the lack of birth, abiding and ceasing, there is emptiness in the bare and naked form. It's experiential knowing. It is merely clear and knowing. Since at the very time when it is clear, it is empty, and at the very time when it is empty, it is clear. The unceasing, non-grasping state of clarity, unbiased freedom and extremes, inexpressible beyond thought. It is bare, just naked, not even grasping to inexpressibility, and let it be. Third is the conviction in the inexpressible. Thus, neither the object of meditation nor the method of meditation nor meditation exists in their own nature. At this state, beyond meditation, beyond expression and beyond thought, let it be as it is. All phenomena that appear during post-meditative state should be seen as self-manifestation, radiance of Dharma. Meditation, it is just Gyatso saying in the following quotation. The essence of this should be focused on the object of meditation. Third is a unit calm abiding special insight. Is wisdom of special insight should be meditated on based on the formally explained calm abiding meditation. If the abiding phase is greater, then sharpen the wisdom. If the mind does not abide due to the sharpness of wisdom, by letting it become loose, it becomes non-dual. Thus, having heard and contemplated the meaning of the teachings, you should take refuge to the supplication, then specifically to the topic of meditation as explained. This only repeating again. The object should be still, body should be still, eye not blinking, object of meditation should be clear. You should cultivate the right motivation. I will attain meditative concentration for the benefit of all sentients. Having cultivated these intentions, use an attractive image of Buddha, or blue flower, or drawing on a cotton or silk in front of oneself. Put an appropriate distance, not too far, not too near. The body should be still, neither wide nor close eyes. One should focus the tip of the nose. Body should be straight and shoulder balanced. Lips and teeth should be left natural, without noise and painting, without hyperventilation. Let the breath flow gently. Remain seated in a comfortable position, and as without blinking closing the eyes, eyeballs should be half covered by the upper eyelids. We're going to keep a soft gaze on the visual object. If tears come or whatever happens, let it drop without touching it with hand. Even if it is painful, do not pay attention to it, but instead forcibly focus on the object and remain still. The object is kept clear by not examining whether it's good or bad, but letting the non-thought awareness of the consciousness appear luminously. Second is continued placing. The mind refers to since it will not remain for a long time. Start once you first do a short time and continue to do many short ones. Third is repaired placing, is recognizing distraction. One means the focus on the very object. Fourth is close pavement is an attempt to disallow the mind from being distracted, but bring attention closer to the object of meditation. Subdued placing is when the mind, dull and agitated mind is subdued by the delight of quality meditative concentration and subdue the mind with the antidotes. Sixth is pacified placing, is the ability to pacify the mind when distraction makes the mind unhappy. It can pacify by fixing the focus on the object. Seventh is closely placing it in adverse thoughts arise, such as ill will or desire were to arise, by refocusing on the object become pacified. Eighth is now one-pointed placing is even if one applies remedy, remove the dullness and agitation, it cannot be remedied. Therefore, one should place the attention to the very thought itself. The equally abiding placement effortless yielding meditative concentration. In this way, this meditation practice will bring 5 successive meditative experiences, like the first experience known as a recognition of the thought. Second is the experience known as a resting thought. Third is called the exhausted thoughts. Fourth is like a controlled thoughts. Fifth one is experience of inactive thoughts. Thus, when the fifth is one-pointed mind and sustaining its continuity, the body and mind generate bliss from pliancy and authentic and excellent calm abiding. It becomes the support of doing future special insight meditation. Second, the special insight meditation. You should generate the motivation that you're going to attain it Buddha for the sake of all beings. For that purpose, I will realize this peerless secret of the mind by relying upon the faith instructions of the Holy Guru. Grasping in relation to the body as I and mine is just a confusion. If the so-called self exists, I cannot be anything but name and body. Since name is temporarily labeled, it is not self. Comprised of flesh and blood, body, the self is neither the observed outside the body nor inside the body, from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown. Therefore, body is not self. Also, the past mind has ceased, future mind has not arisen, and the present mind has instantly ceased. Therefore, mind cannot be one's self. Due to these reasons, thinking I am is just a baseless confusion. All these external phenomena, such as mountains, houses, 4 elements, including atoms, are not created by anyone such as Lord or God. They are mere appearance of the deluded mental propensities, are comparable to cities, horses, elephants, seen in dreams. As objects do not exist, as our subjective mind do not also exist. Therefore, one pointedly places the mind in its own state of its mere clarity, knowing nature without the duality of subject and object. Second, placing the mind is beyond elaboration. By resting in that state, when one experiences the mere clarity and knowing nature of the mind, and examines where mind does first arise from, it is unfound cause and birthless clarity knowing. When one examines where it abides in the middle, one cannot find color, shape, or etc. whatsoever. Since it is not found either inside or outside of the body, it is non-abiding clarity in knowing. When one examines where it goes to in the end, it ceases nowhere. So it is a non-ceasing blissfulness. Thus, owing to the lack of birth, abiding, ceasing, there is emptiness in its bare and naked form. In its experiential knowing, it is merely clear and knowing. Since at the very every time when it is clear, it is empty. At the very time it is empty and is clear. The unceasing non-grasping state of clarity, empty and unbiased freedom from the extreme, inexpressible beyond thought. It is bare, just naked, not even grasping to the inexpressibility of thought, letting it be. Third, thus neither the subject of meditation nor the method of meditation nor meditator exists from its own nature. As this state is beyond expression and beyond thought, let it be. All phenomena that appear during post-meditative state should be seen as self-manifestation and radiance of Dharma Dhatu. In relation to this, Gyatso Rinpoche Gyatso said, how is it that mind head which does not arise, have first origin, can abide or cease? Leave aside all sins, even to think of. Lack of birth and cessation is thought. Even leaving things aside should be left alone. The doer itself is just the thought. Emptiness is clear and knowing is understood as a reality of non-duality. Thus, essence of these sayings should be focused. Third is the unity of karma abiding, space and sight. Wisdom of spacious should be meditated on the basis of the formula karma abiding. If the abiding phase is greater, then sharpen the wisdom. If the mind does not abide due to sharpness of wisdom, by letting it becomes loose, it becomes non-dual. This as a revision of yesterday's teaching has been completed twice. Now we'll begin today's teaching topic. Generate the right motivation. It's bottom of page 71. Of the impure, experiential, pure perception. Here we finished the first impure perception. Now we're talking about the experiential perceptions are common and uncommon. We have completed a common experience which trying to benefit sentient being, loving kindness, removing suffering, compassion, wishing to attain Buddhahood through bodhicitta has already completed. Today we will start the uncommon meditative experience, rejoicing one will generate uncommon experience through mantrayana path. Uncommon means that it's only uncommon, only found in the Vajrayana, Mantrayana path. There are many Mantrayana experiences. If all the inconceivable that we will generate in Mantrayana path are subsumed into 15, there are 3 paths, 3 experiences, 3 hits, 3 dependent origination, and 3 meditative concentration. The 3 paths are path of remove entry. Remove entry means that usually our mind is engaging into affliction after affliction. So here one enables to stop it. Second is path of cutting attachment. Our attachment to one object, by meditating on its faults, we are able to sever the attachment. Then the path of great enlightenment. All of the great path of enlightenment, which we'll discuss later in depth. The path of great enlightenment, whatever we meditate, whatever difficulties we may have experienced, like smoke or whatever other experiences, instead of attaining enlightenment, the physical, mental, and the dream experiences. The 3 experiences are physical, mental, and dream experience. Due to being able to hold air, one is able to experience physically, we are able to physical experience. Mental experiences are generally person practicing, Vajrayana practitioner. All the things that we experience are present in the Vajra body, and when letters, when element nectars, so the mental experiences happen interdependently. As becoming a question to do these practices, even during the sleep, we could develop mental experiences. And then the dream experiences are experiences that is conditioned by sleep. Third is the 3 heats. Heat preceded by thought, heat preceded by 3 conversions, 3 heat of blazing and stable droplet. Heat preceded by thought means formally whatever meditation we do, by the force of previous thoughts, all signs and wrong conception could be eliminated. By the power of meditation, all previous discursive thoughts could be eliminated. And due to the nine elements converge together due to the heat developed through the meditation, due to the power of meditation, one's quintessence of the very essence of the one's elements, which generate what's called heat of blazing and a stable droplet. The three dependent originations are dependent origination of reverse air, dependent origination of visions, dependent origination of dream. So due to ability to hold your mind, you are able to reverse the flowing of air in the wrong direction. This is called origination of reversing the air. Dependent origination of reversing the air. Dependent original vision means one will be able to see the vein letters, element nectars, and being able to see the essence element nectars. Dependent origination of internal profound internal mandalas. One can actually have visions of the subtle body, vein, letters, and elements. Dependent origination dream means also due to that going to dream, one will have dependent originated experiences dream. At the meantime, by being able to effectively using the four profound body, four mandalas, then one is able so being able to crucially work on the four mandala, one will be able to dependent origination or come from the dreams. The three meditative concentrations are meditation concentration of various characteristics, meditative concentration of empty nature, and intrinsic nature. So clarity and emptiness and non-duality. The various characteristics means clarity. Manifestation, various manifestation is so that, and then empty nature of those various characteristics. Then empty nature of those various characteristics is followed by the profound of concentration, and all the appearance of that they disappear. And hence there is this vacuity. After the disappearance is the meditative concentration, empty nature. So the bliss coming from the non-duality of the object and the mind, this therefore becomes meditative concentration, intrinsic nature. In short, the three experiences, three heats, three dependent origination, and three meditative concentration. These three lots of fives are 15 uncommon meditative experience. By engaging in the Vajrayana meditation, one can look forward to cultivating these experiences should your practice is authentically based. Until such as those experiences arise, one should be diligent and disciplined to do the practice. First, listen to the teaching, understand them thoroughly, learn properly from the qualified masters, and listen, understand, and then go somewhere and practice them. By doing these practices, then you will have developed those experiences, and do not become attached to the experience. If you remember Buddha's qualities, due to that reason, due to those reasons, our faith will be instilled, stabilized. You will pay homage, you make all offerings, you will listen to the teaching, meditate on the teachings, and the teachings of the Buddha. We are listening, we're contemplating, is because of the inconceivable qualities, the merit, the positive energy, and sane effect. The Buddha is the most supreme among biped. He's omniscient. Therefore, the teachings of the Buddha is should something what we study, we listen. Dharma itself, if you think about itself, it's a totally free from three levels of analysis. It cannot be invalidated. So the validity of the Buddha, because Buddha is valid, therefore his teaching is valid. Once we have authenticated the validity of the teachings, then the Buddha, the teacher of the teaching, will naturally be invalidated. Not because we are follower, doesn't mean the teaching is valid or the Dharma, Sang Buddha is valid. By examining the very validity of the Dharma, then the Buddha is also validated. We realize how authentic the very teacher, the Buddha who taught the Dharma, that we find so valid and authentic. We go to authenticate the qualities of the Buddha by seeing how true his teaching is, how believable and sane his teaching is. So by thinking of the qualities of Buddha, therefore we listen, we study the words of the Buddha, we are able to revalidate the Buddha. We should, the more acquainted and validating experience and faith and trust we find with the teaching, that much our faith in the Buddha will stay strong and be validated. The speech of the Buddha, teachings of the Buddha has made it stay so long. Since 1,000 years, the great Mahasiddhas and scholars, they all attained enlightenment and became scholars by studying Buddha's teachings. Likewise, in the land of snows in Tibet for over 1,000 years ago, the teachings of the Buddha made a huge impact to the Tibetan people. And since then till now, many number of scholars and siddhas and realized masters have come. We also have many living masters who are all completely moved and inspired. They study, they talk, they discuss. They are very commonly feasting on the very inexhaustible teachings of the Buddha that's so true and so sane, so logical, so practical. That's why if we engage in study and listen to this, you will also incontrovertibly be blessed with a really good reward, and certainly you will bear good result. You will realize some fundamental changes within you that you have not seen before. So you're certain to see the reward by listening and studying the Dharma. Here talk about the protuberance of Buddha is invisible for others to see it. Then we talk about the inconceivable secret of the Buddha's body has two. The protuberant Buddha is invisible for others to see it. Formerly desiring to see the tip of the crown of the fully enlightened Buddha, even though Bodhisattva Vegadharin traveled to the summit of Mount Sumeru, 33 realm, Brahma realm, he still could not see it. Likewise, even though he traveled to the above world of extraterrestrial realm, beyond 100 million worlds, as far as the Padmavati world, where the King Tathagata Padma Shri Garbha reside, he still could not see from there the Buddha crown. No matter where he went, he was not able to see the tip of the Buddha's protuberance. In short, wherever you go, you could not see. That invisibility of the Buddha's protuberance is one of the inexhaustible ornamental will of Buddha's body. the omnipresent body engages and manifests from the form of the excellent Victoria ones, one to hair, line, vessels, bridges, to whatever forms are appropriate to subdue sentient beings to carry out activities for the benefit of sentient beings. Like Shakyamuni Buddha himself is Nirmanakaya. Sambhogakaya is the base, has manifested of Nirmanakaya. Nirmanakaya is manifestation of Sambhogakaya. Because Nirmanakaya is someone whose manifestation we could see, and the Nirmanakaya itself has Nirmanakaya has three. This birth Nirmanakaya, excellent Nirmanakaya, artistic Nirmanakaya. The excellent Nirmanakaya refers to like Shakyamuni Buddha, whose body has like Shakyamuni Buddha's body is excellent Nirmanakaya, has endows all the excellent Nirmanakaya features. That's called excellent Nirmanakaya. Birth Nirmanakaya refers to Buddha himself in the form of bodhisattvas, like kings of the Dharma or ministers, whatever form, appearance in sentient beings form that he may feel, all in human form. That is called birth Nirmanakaya. Likewise, manifest also hair, lion, or other living beings. When you say artistic Nirmanakaya, Buddha may appear as bridges or vessels or nature or whatever becomes a cause for benefit sentient beings. This is called artistic Nirmanakaya. In short, Buddha may choose to whatever will subdue sentient beings. He will carry out those activities in whatever appropriate way to benefit sentient beings. And Buddha is able to, unobstructively able to reach and benefit sentient beings. Likewise, they are same with speech, ornamental wheel of exalted speech. The inconceivable secret of the Buddha's speech is inseparable, near and far distance. Buddha's speech does not need amplifier or loudspeaker. If people listen from near, they can hear without being too loud. Even if they listen from very far distance, over many leagues, there's no danger of fading away the sound of the Buddha's voice. So his inconceivable secret of his holy speech. When we say a league, it's like about 200. This is about just maybe. About 16,000 feet is what estimated as what constitute a league. So one is able to hear however far that it is. There's no danger of Buddha's sound becoming faint, but one can hear. One can listen, one can hear, does not go faint or does not become mute by the distance. For example, even when Moggala and Putra traveled to Sukhavati in the west, travel as far as the world of Prabhavati, which is far away from for 1 billion world system, he could still hear sound of the Buddha's speech without becoming even slightly faint. So likewise, wherever people will listen to the Dharma, in any countries far, however far, they can hear these teachings. His speech is also omnipresent, in as far as being able to preach in all languages, different languages, gods, nagas, yakshas, and all different languages of different sentient beings. Buddha's speech, it says Buddha's speech spoken in one language, but will be heard in each and every language as people's preferred choice they are. People can hear it in their own dialect, in their own tone, in their own languages. one on topics. So that's how in omnipresent Buddha speech of the Buddha. When Buddha teaches, one very sound of the Buddha could be heard in the disciples of three levels of vehicles. The Theravada, Mahayana, and higher vehicles, they all hear according to their, as if his speech is completely tailored according to the aptitude and predisposition of would-be sentient beings who are listening to this. Not only they can understand, but in their own language, in their own accent. These are the omnipresent qualities of inexhaustible speech of the Buddha. Likewise, in an ornamental wheel of inexhaustible holy mind, inconceivable mind, secret mind of Buddha, Buddha's mind knows the predisposition, interests, propensities of trainee sentient beings, but no one knows Buddha's mind. Generally speaking, when a bodhisattva reaches first bhumi, there are over 1,200 special qualities. There are 12 qualities, then they have multiplied that by 100, so they can, and they are able to know future 100 eons, or past future eons. And then the second bhumi will be 1,000 and so on. So all the qualities are incredibly inconceivable. If the bodhisattva just first bhumi have such qualities, then it's needless to say the quality of the fully enlightened one. Of course, you cannot count even in the eons. Buddha knows all the past situation, all the future situations, all of them simultaneously is understood unimpededly by the Buddha's mind. Buddha knows the propensities and interests and aptitude, each and every sentient being's mind. Buddha can read everyone's mind. Buddha is omniscient. Being omniscient, Buddha knows everything. Wherefore we cannot hide, conceal anything. When we do in relation to each other, we may hide our own faults. We may try to present as we have some qualities, but you cannot conceal bad faults. You could not exaggerate your positive qualities. Buddha knows everything inside out. So therefore, ability for us to exercise restraint from our all faulty behaviors helps when we know how omniscient mind Buddha is. You may be able to deceive others, but you cannot deceive the Buddha. Therefore, when you can remember the qualities of Buddha's omniscient mind, this definitely becomes powerful to train your three doors. All the stains of non-virtues can be eradicated, and you will make rapid progress and find a great sense of improvement. Therefore, qualities of Buddha has a great culture for how we may change for the better. And therefore, the more we are familiar with, the more it will empower us, boost our fitness and goodness. So on a single blade of grass, there is some water there, but the water is so small on the tip of grass. And even smaller than that is our ability to know. What we know about the knowledge of the Buddha is so small, so minuscule, so negligible, whereas the Buddha's mind is vast and inconceivable. Buddha knows the interest, predisposition of all sentient beings. Moggallina did not know, for instance, where his mother was reborn, but the Buddha knew exactly. Likewise, householder Lakshman sought to be ordained as a monk, but they could not solemnize the ceremony, as no one among the Arhat knew that he possessed the karmic seed. But Buddha gave the permission to give the ordination, as he could see that the householder Lakshman had the karmic seed of liberation from accidentally circumambulating a stupa 7 lifetimes before, when he was reborn as a dog and was chased by a pig. Later, the householder attained Buddhahood, Arhathood as a result of that. Here in this sages, clarifying sages, it says the pig was chased by dog, but this says the dog was chased by a pig. So that's the two different versions. Doesn't matter really. But in any case, the merit of that, the householder attained Arhathood. The omnipresent holy mind relates to the omniscience of knowing the nature of phenomena as they are and as their specific characteristic. The Buddha knows the nature of knowing the nature of the subjective, all phenomena, color, shape, size, weight, all phenomena, nature of characteristic, very details as they are. He can see them specific characteristics. And law of cause and effect very clearly without any exception. Right now, for instance, we as individuals, our knowledge of the law of karma is a very rough, very sketchy. We know that if the seed is sown with all the necessary causes are there, it will grow. Buddha knows all the causes and conditions. We only know a rough estimate. We do not really have the detailed knowledge. For instance, among fruit, some are red, some are yellow, the fruits, some are green, some are sweet, some are bitter, some big, some small. All these varieties of the fruits and the unique, the taste, their makeup, and the shape, and the length, and the taste, all of these specific characteristics of the flavors and size and shape, what causes them to become like that, all of these specific characteristics we do not know. But however, the fully enlightened one knows the nature of the not only mode of ultimate reality, but also knows the specific characteristic. The specific characteristic of peacock feather cannot be known by anyone except the omniscient one. Therefore, omniscient one is indeed powerful. As said, thus, Buddha knows and comprehends all the dependent origination of causes and effects of all compounded phenomena without becoming mixed up, such as the color of peacock feather, etc. So Buddha knows everything without being mixed. Why the thorns are sharp and peas are round, all of these Buddha knows and can explain why they came about, what they came about. Just as he leaves any particular fruit in the palm, you can see the color and shape clearly. Buddha sees everything as everything is on his palm. They are called ornamental. When we say ornament, it is beautiful, effortlessly benefiting for oneself and others, because the ornament benefit the person as well as those who look at the world. Likewise, the qualities of Buddha benefit both oneself and others. The wheel refers to unceasing nature of enlightened activities. The Buddha made prayer as long as space remains, and I too will remain that long and dispel their suffering. Just as Buddha made such prayers, aspiration, his real enlightened activities turns ceaselessly without stopping. Until the samsara comes to an end, the enlightened activities Buddha will not come to be interrupted or paused by anything. Due to the power of the aspiration, Buddha's activity is still active and still powerful, still changing, still transforming people like us. That's why these very enlightened activities, without having to develop any new thought, that very enlightened activity is ceaselessly happening, passively happening. Just like the potter turns the wheel to make his pot, likewise Buddha's great enlightened activity continues to benefit sentient beings. Because, for example, like a potter who first to make the pot, his wheel has to be turned. He first has to turn the wheel very fast, and with put a lot of effort. Once the wheel is turning, then it is naturally turning by itself automatically, and when the wheel is turning according without effortlessly, then he is able to make many pots, shape and size. Everything is a help to make with the help of the wheel. He doesn't have to turn the wheel again, because the wheel has turned right at the beginning. It has been already started as like an engine, therefore it goes continuously. Likewise, enlightened activities of the Buddha ceaseless turns like a wheel, because he made aspiration, he propelled this motivation, he projected this strong intention to benefit sentient beings until they're all allayed, liberated. So therefore it automatically turns the wheel ceaselessly. To remember these meaningful points of ceaseless enlightened activities, generally Buddha's qualities is remembering the quality Buddha is very important. We have recollecting the qualities of the triple gem. There's one prayer we do at the start of most practice sessions. Recollecting the Buddha, recollecting the Dharma, recollecting the Sangha. When we think of remember the qualities of Buddha, when we say I pay homage to the omniscient one, then you say the Buddha is Tathagata, the Arhat, fully enlightened one who has a noble wisdom eyes, 2 legs, who can control the world, tames the human beings, he is unsurpassable, he is the teacher of gods and humans. All of that, up to that phrase, lists the 9 epithets of the qualities of the Buddha. When you say fully enlightened, the fully enlightened one, Chomden or Bhagavan in Sanskrit, blessed one, the word blessed one, having conquered all 4 maras, having endowed all the 6 qualities, are called the blessed one. The power, body, wealth, fame, wisdom, and energy or intelligence. These are the sixfold qualities, sixfold noble qualities. So that's one who conquered the 4 matters, endowed the 6 powerful qualities. The word blessed, Chomden in Tibetan, the word there, the word Chomden there, the word transcendental, was added by the few later translators, added the word, suffix this word there after Chomden. Tathagata refers to thus gone, is the second one who knows all phenomena. Without mistaking, they have gone from bliss to bliss. They have gone and bliss to bliss. That's the 3rd epithet is the 4 destroyer, Arhat, the one who has conquered and defeated the foes, the afflictive foes, afflictive enemies. The enemies are not external ones. Enemies are ones on afflictions. Shantideva says, let we not let me not give in to the inner enemy, the affliction. All obscurations could be likened as an enemy. The one who is the conqueror of enemy, the Arihat, the one who destroys, including the propensity of the enemy. Buddha has destroyed all the obscurity, including the remnants, including the knowledge obscuration. Therefore, for destroy. Fourth epithet is Samyak Sambuddha, perfectly enlightened one. The perfectly pure, perfectly all the qualities accomplished, all the faults has been relinquished, all the qualities are accomplished, all the knowable has been realized. That is perfectly enlightened, Samyak Sambuddha. Tibetan word Sangye, one who has awoken from the sleep of ignorance and who has blossomed the lotus of the knowledge of wisdom. The awakened means her waking from this deep slumber of ignorance. A person, one has relinquished all the faults. When we say expand or blossom, means all the realization has accomplished, blossomed. So thus Samyak Sambuddha is the fourth epithet. When we say the one who has the feet and the wisdom, but the wisdom is the eye, wisdom with eyes, and the one who has had the feet of the knowledge. When you need to go, you need not just the feet, you need the eyes to go. So this phrase refers to the path. The knowledge or the awareness is the higher training of wisdom. The feet refers to the 2 feet, the higher training of the discipline and higher training of meditation. Thus, this phrase covers the 3 higher trainings, the Tripitaka, higher training of wisdom, meditation, and self-discipline are covered by this epithet. The feet refers to the method, wisdom, and meditation and discipline. The Sugata, the word Sugata, or one who has gone bliss to bliss, from blissful path to the resultant blissful state, is the one who's gone to bliss. That's the 6th epithet. The 7th epithet is knower of the world. The Buddha, fully enlightened one, knows the interest, disposition, the aptitude, all of the sentient beings' mind. Buddha knows the aptitude. And then the 8th epithet is the one who's tamer of the world and a charioteer. He can tame, he can help to tame all of the affliction, make them to find their way to reach the state of liberation. So therefore it's called tamer of the world and charioteer. The driver, wherever he likes, all the passengers, wherever he drives to, he will transport them. Likewise, Buddha makes everyone to guide people to go to the place of destination with liberation, to the path of liberation. Because he does the guiding, liberating, and unsurpassable is there's no one higher, superior than the Buddha. There is no higher than him, no superior than him. So Uttara, his teacher of gods and humans is the 9th epithet. The Buddha do not have any distinction between all sentient beings. He teaches to all sentient beings. But those people who are capable, fit to enlightenment is humans and gods are the only suitable candidate. Humans and gods, by listening to the teaching and following the path, they can attain enlightenment. So therefore he is the teacher of gods and humans. He is the unsurpassable teacher. In any case, by reading that phrase, fully enlightened Buddha, Buddha who has gone bliss to bliss, knower of the world, tamer of the world, and charioteer, and who is the teacher of humans and gods. These are all the 9 specific qualities, some 9 epithets, what we call, are actually 9 qualities. Remembering the qualities of Buddha. If you know these, then you can remember these qualities. If all of us, all Buddhists, we may think we belong to different schools, but first we have to think we are Buddhist. We have to know we are followers of the Buddha. We are following a Buddha, but thinking how can you be a kind of one attachment to some minor lineages, schools, and denomination defeats the purpose. So we have to know, primarily, we have to be Buddhist. You can't be specific without being general. If you're not generally good Buddhist, or you're not Buddhist, then how can you be specific Buddhist? If a general wood is not there, you couldn't have a specific wood like sandalwood or whatever the case might be. So, as a Buddhist, we first have to be Buddhist, one who follows the Buddha, to know the Buddha, follow Buddha's teachings, Buddha's speech, and observe one's vows and precepts, observing them carefully, and listening to the teaching, and honors that every word of Buddha is the source of happiness, knowledge, wisdom, positivities, and how it enables to overcome our obscuration of affliction and knowledge, source of all the origin of happiness, temporal and ultimate happiness. Buddha's speech is the source of our ability to do any of those. So we should know how precious Dharma is. Again and again, think again, and we should meditate. Then the benefit will be inconceivable. By reflecting this in your mind, to remember this meaningful point, then do the meditation is the cause for the oneself to strive and engage in the right effort resulting to attain Buddhahood. Which possess the inconceivable secrets of inexhaustible ornamental will of bodies, speech, mind. I must achieve Buddhahood. I must enter the Vajrayana path for the sake of all sentient beings. I must reach the Buddhahood by entering into the secret Vajrayana path. By entering into this, all my experience, I will engage in the future would-be 15 experiences by engaging in the practice properly. The experience, heat, meditation, dependent origination, all the 15 experiences. Until those experiences are developed, I will do the practices. No matter what good or bad experience comes, I will not become disappointed with one or attachment to another. One should, without accepting one, rejecting another, without contriving, without discriminating with them, one should let them be. Then ultimately, I will also attain the continuous enlightenment, will turn ceaselessly like a whale in spontaneously beneficent being. By thinking this, one will delightfully rejoice, delight oneself with the qualities of Buddha. And then the joy, when the businessman, when he sees the potential profit, and then knowing there will be profit, and then he becomes delighted, inspired. He becomes very enthusiastic to do the business, whatever effort, hardship he has to face, he's very willing to undertake those hardships. And then he engages in the business activities, doesn't he? Like that, likewise, we too should, by remembering the qualities of the Buddha and qualities of body, speech, mind, inexhaustible qualities of holy body, speech, mind. If you're able to know, see, even you partially can remember and know, reflect, you can generate that much delight and joy. The more we remember the qualities are all obtainable qualities. They are basic potential that we all have the potential to attain those qualities. All of us have those potentials. It's stated in the Avatara Tantra. They are the very quintessence of Buddha nature. Because we have the Buddha nature or Buddha potential or Tathagata Garbha, therefore it radiates. The radiance of the potency of the Buddha nature is dormant. Whether you practice Dharma or not, in the very mental continuum we have the Sugata Garbha. We all have the potential without any distinction whatsoever. Therefore, well, the historical Shakyamuni Buddha, since beginner's time, was not Shakyamuni Buddha since from beginner's time. He was some time ago, was very same to us as ordinary person. Was ordinary, but due to his subsequent generate bodhicitta and engage in the three uncountable eons, practicing a lot of effort, he perfectly attained enlightenment. In the same way, we too, without losing this courage, if we follow the steps of the Buddha, we have the potential to attain liberation and enlightenment. Because of this reason, that's why we need to generate bodhicitta. If it's not attainable, there is no point generating bodhicitta. Generating bodhicitta for the sake of all sentient beings, one has to do the task of attaining enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings. If we lack the potential, we cannot possibly do that. So therefore, we must be realistic that we actually have the potency. We need to develop that potency without letting it remain inactive. So instead of letting it remain passive, we have to activate, we have to empower to attain these potential qualities that lie dormant in us. Meditation bodhicitta is not pretending to be what is not. We generate bodhicitta meditating what it is. Pretending what it's not is like a poor person thinking he's the king and wealthy. When we generate bodhicitta, because it is attainable quality, we are thinking of a quality that we can be attained. The attainability is there, potentiality is there, and therefore we are projecting and propelling our motivation to gain what is obtainable qualities. That's why we're generating the wish to attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. We cannot attain what is unattainable. Therefore, if we practice genuinely, we will have ability to awaken the Buddha nature and then yield the result and attain the result. Therefore, right from the very beginning, we should see the quality of Buddha and then inspire and then motivate and then use with such delight and inspiration we should initiate. That's why think of the quality of Buddha. Likewise also you will see slowly will develop some delightful joy in your own right effort. Once again, let me repeat this so that in order that you do not forget and remember clearly, first take refuge, do the supplication. You should rejoice the fact that you will enter the Vajrayana path. Until one will generate uncommon experience through Mantrayana path, so you will generate a strong motivation. And if all the insidious qualities one will generate in the Mantrayana are subsumed in the 15th experience cell, By making the sharp effort, one will be able to achieve the three inexhaustible qualities of holy body, speech, mind, Buddha's body, speech, mind. One will be able to do inconceivable benefits of all sentient beings with this delightful joy. In this way, let me revise again that very topic, synthesis, generating bodhicitta, take refuge, make supplication. I must attain Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings by entering into Vajrayana path. Having entered into path, until I develop these 15 potential experiences, I will practice them properly. Whatever good or bad experience, I will let it be without becoming attached to one or disappointed with another. Meditative concentrations are developed, and I will develop the inexhaustible quality of holy body, speech, mind of the Buddhahood, and will be able to benefit sentient beings effortlessly, thus being able to carry out enlightened activities for the benefit of all sentient beings. Since there is no repetition tomorrow, once again let me do it last time. Having taken refuge into the supplication, you should generate motivation. I must achieve the Buddhahood by entering into the Vajrayana path. And having entered the Vajrayana path, I will cultivate all the would-be 15 experiences. Well, having cultivated those experiences, whether good or bad experience, I should not become attached to one, detached with another. Instead, I should let them be. And instead, I will therefore achieve the inexhaustible quality of holy body, speech, mind of Buddha, and turn the wheel of Dharma and enlightened activities for the benefit of all sentient beings, like the ceaseless enlightened activities of the Buddha. Thus rejoice and delight. Thus conclude this with dedication and merit, and also try to apply these mindfully in every introspection at all times, and do the dedication merits at the end. There concludes the pure perception teachings. There concludes today's teaching topic.
제주 tumbe jawa 된다시 로다 가든 제왕제도 yenye gyatso gyalo bama jema mebe tsoja dangde namda dosa gambe jawa yin deje tenba jeban zedo nabana yawa gamba ne jawa ganda denze rawe shiwe neso bawa lulembe doda yin den jeban zedo Baba debe sawa ne jemba, reba da jang koda jena. Laza debe benja benza na zeda damje yeran zedo. Chenda zede zeda zenda da samne jera la na neza. Kala sanje choga yonzo ne, londa yenden yeran zedo. 见大年不然马也不了多年，得知当知自己是别，那些年的就了那着呢，现在自己也不然再多，秋天看见大大年节前，多见我的不做自由，看到看到对别了旁边，结婚这段结婚这多。 반대 남녀 도저 지나다 저거 대신 얘기하렴 아가 나서 남라 답에도 저다서와 답전도죠 대변하고 반대 사자바 가르라들 대전저라 그라 제자 건강 자세한 성도 저게 그마다시 Lama Chuja Bendeta, Kera Wanja Zambe, Kawa Neva Vande Zajabe, Demba Yure Neve Tashi, Rabja Chuja Yawa Damje, Sanso Chedo Debe Dorji, Kare Lode Konga Sambo Yin, Demba Yure Neve Tashi. Ande zaje jojra jagada deza lebe gyatso lebe jeje lande zeje zejo ben dede tongje jebe dashi maba jage lama yaro nye shere wanjo shera sambo dene zembe zoje zongrave tema laya tawe dashi Tube Gyatso Jaya Sakya Tato Tume Senge Ngaro Peko Lamba Leye Koranzi Kelo Choja Mare Tashi Kange Shabzi Yana Trezamgi Chena Dune Gyawe Baya Goju Chama Tsarwa Chungyeze Temba Chojo Gyawe Tashi Temba jete kanzo jamba nan, temba niwe shindu sawa. Tenze bala yende temba yin, temba yere newe tashi. Tembe vajra lame jambe tenze yewa sate yangla. Tembe jenda ngata jirwa yin, temba yere newe tashi. Wanje lama namje doje nan, leme kwancho sumje jena. Sheson damje gyatso nedo, chesan chushin dobe dashi shun. Doje kwenge gyatso nechon sonwa yeje narboka. Bende vajra zambo zonze bambade lame shala soma.
최시 연락 결도 연구 사실 주조지 상인学계 추주 구바토라
Tomorrow 9 o'clock
선배기 돈배
for the Satra vows.
디지털 인고 겹치 수법권이 너무 지진하더라.
They will be accepting disciple in the afternoon.
참이기 다디 뭐죠 람디기 샬든 초리 겹쳐마고 지기지도 남기 된데기디
Everybody should bring that prayer book because all the prayers we will do, we haven't done before. There. Nine.
तपाईहरु सबैलाई एउटा सूचना छ भोलि 9 बजे चाहिँ तपाईहरुलाई बोधि सत्वको चाहिँ सिल दिन्छ है त्यसको लागि चाहिँ तपाईहरुले आफ्नो पूजा गर्नलाई जे सक्छ फूल धूप तपाईलाई जे तपाईले सक्नुहुन्छ लिएर आएर बाहिर त्यहाँ लामाहरु हुन्छ उनीहरुलाई दिनुहुन्छ उनीहरुले चाहिँ यहाँ भित्र बाहिर कहाँनिर सजाउनु पनि सजाउँछ अनि 3 बजे चाहिँ शिष्य ग्रहण गुरुले चाहिँ हामीहरु सबैजनालाई आजदेखि म तिमी तपाईहरु सबैजनालाई चाहिँ शिष्य बनाउँछु भनेर चाहिँ अब कसम खानुहुन्छ उहाँले पनि अनि हामीले पनि उहाँलाई गुरु मान्ने त्यो चाहिँ छ है 3 बजे अनि भोलि आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ यो हाम्रो यो मार्गफलमको प्रेयर बुक छ नि प्रार्थना पुस्तिका त्यो चाहिँ ल्याउन नबिर्सिनु होला अनि अहिलेको काम चाहिँ यो क्लास चाहिँ 15 मिनेट पछि रहेको छ ध्यान विधि विशेष ध्यान चाहिँ धन्यवाद
明天早上9点传授菩萨戒，3点是摄受弟子。大会呢提醒大家呢要记得带课诵本。禅修课在15分钟之后会开始。
The final reminder is tomorrow is a very auspicious day because we're going to take Bodhisattva vows. That's going to happen at 9 o'clock. Please bring the book, prayer book, part of which we haven't used because that's only for Bodhisattva vow ceremony. So bring that. And then at 3 o'clock, there will be acceptance of disciples ceremony, during which it was only a short ceremony, 3 o'clock. And so that's an actual formality during which you request to be accepted as a would-be Vajrayana disciple, and then we become candidate to be empowered into the initiation thereafter. So both of these two ceremonies tomorrow constitute a very important beginning and opening in all our lives. So we have very good reason to rejoice. Come in your best clothes. This is my recommendation. If you have any better clothes than what you're wearing every day, Tibetans usually wear very good clothes, bring the most special offerings to the shrine. So highly recommended.
Just sit down. Yeah, that's true. It's incredible. You look like you're in your 30s. I thought you would be like 31. Really? I was born in the 90s.
Hello.
So the refuge and blessing the preliminary part and individual visualization in the actual stage and the dedication in the end. But based on that, first refuge, which is also has to be practiced through assuming the comfortable meditative posture, and then through the mind, whatever the conceptual thought is arising, reflect upon that. If it's non-virtue, try to abandon that. If the mind is in the virtuous side, try to transform into virtuous aspect, so which becomes a cause for liberation and Buddhahood. With this inspiration, try to focus on the refuge meditation. So whatever karmas of suffering or joy arise, you have to turn it into the practice of refuge. Whether you are poor, whether you are rich, take refuge. Whether you have a high position, whether you don't have a position, you have to take refuge. So every 24 hours, through the 3 doors, you have to take refuge. At least try to replicate how Adishat does that practice of refuge. Wherever he goes, he mostly gives teachings based on that refuge. That's why he was popularly known as Khyamdo Lama, the Lama of the refuge. So therefore, always try to focus that for the sake of sentient beings as limitless as the sky, I must attain Buddhahood for their sake, Buddhahood for their sake. And with this, recite the refuge prayer.
Gyatso Chenyang Zobe Sangye Shimde Namla Gyatso Chewa Tande Che Namla Gyatso Chewa Babe Gende Namla Gyatso Babe Lama Dama Dambe Namla Gyatso Chewa Dambe Che Namla Gyatso Chewa Babe Gende Chimde Namla Gyatso Chewa Dambe Babe Gende Namla Gyatso Chewa Dambe Namla Gyatso Chewa Zobe Sangye Jimde Namla Gyatso Chewa Dambe Che Namla Babe Gende Namla Gyatso Chewa. Take refuge in the close with Guru and the Holy Master of the lineage. Take refuge in the place of accomplish Buddhas. Take refuge in the holy teachings. Take refuge in the noble assemblies. Ande Lama Dambe Namla Gyatso Chewa Zobe Sangye Jimde Namla Gyatso Chewa Dambe Babe Gende Namla Gyatso Chewa Manda Kunjo Nambosh Namba Samlada Cha Saje Gyatso Chewa Ge Namge Dagi Gyichin Ge Lapto So Cheso Dawara Chinge Lapto So Che Lamdo Langwara Chinge Lapto Namge Tulwa Shivara Chinge Lapto So Tulwa Ishe So Charwar Chinge Lapto Change Kechi Samyan Ke Vara Chinge Lapto So Chamaye Change Sam Chemi Rake Vara Chinge Lapto Vana Sangye Sabe Sangye Ke Kopang Topa Chinge Lapto So May you please place my mind stream, may you please place my mind to turn to Dharma. May you please place me so that the Dharma progress along the path. May you please place me so that the confusion on the path is pacified. May you please place me so that the confusion may dawn as wisdom. May you please place me so that the mind does not generate non-dharmic thought even for a single moment. May you please place my mind to generate uncontrolled love, compassion, bodhicitta. May you please place my mind to safely attain the omniscient state of Buddhahood. Deva Chinge Lam Toso. Shiva Chinge Lam Toso. Make your Chinge Lam Toso. Samye Janga Geva Chinge Lam Toso. Lam Toso.
So in the actual stage of individual visualization, based on that, which has the impure vision to generate renunciation, and the second experiential perception, and the cause of joy to the third perception of purity. So the two preceding perception has been completed based on the common vehicle of the Pratimoksha. But just to summarize what we have completed until now, during the first impure vision, as the Lojong teachings, based on the pattern of the Lojong teachings, generally in samsara, all those desire, hatred, in the samsara, whatever happens, it's almost impossible to gain Buddha, let alone speak about the worldly, godly, heavenly states. And these are actually based on the teachings of Lord of the four training of the minds. The first, the preciousness of rebirth, the fault of the samsara, the karmas, the teaching of the karmas, and the renunciation. And when you are trained on that four reversible, irreversible stage of mind, you reverse the attachment towards the samsara. So thereby, when you are focusing on that, one has to think always. If it's difficult to investigate your mind, at least when you encounter teachers, if you are not able to investigate and inspect your mind, it's become useless to meet a lot of teachers. So therefore, from that perspective, all the conduct, speech, and thoughts becomes against the Dharma. The non-virtuous action, when we speak of that, for example, when we think about going to the eastern direction, because there is a great opportunity in business deal and so forth, but you are always doubtful of others' intention, so you are always lying about your intention about the business to others. So you told them that I'm going to the west direction. So these are, for example of non-virtuous action. Again, when you speak and the physical expression are not accordingly connected. For example, you are saying that I'm reading a book, but the bodily expression is doing something. So these are actually in the worldly sense called the non-virtuous actions. So in order to avoid this kind of deceptive character, one has to strive to generate a sense of pure intention. Try to talk in a very positive manner, and whatever action you do, try to do it for at least for the benefit of others in whatever means possible. So by this, there is no doubt that you will attain liberation in future, which has been proved by authentic texts and logical reasonings in many texts. So based on that, we have. So, but if you have the same old mental pattern, whatever teachings you are receiving until now, this all become futile. So therefore, just by renouncing the samsara is not enough. One has to think beyond that by thinking about the universal kindness, by thinking on the kindness and gratitude of the mother, all the sentient beings who have been reborn as a mother in the previous lives. Especially try to think that all the sentient beings who has been your mother in the previous life, I'll try to put them in the stage of Buddhahood. So when these practices are instigated by these motivation, these is completes the stage of the common practice or the common perception of experience. Now, today, the uncommon experience, as in the today's text, the uncommon experience refers to Kegyur in Tibetan means which will be arising in future, because we don't have it right now. So, in order to generate a sense of certainty or a sense of connection to that stage of uncommon, one has to, at this stage, generate certainty about that path of experience. So, all these experiences are uncountable, but these are actually categorized into 15, as in the said in the text. So when this 15 kind of experience happens, as a person who can express in a very extreme manner, like crying when laughing with the tears falling from the eyes, also shying when the limit of shying is beyond, and he bowed down his head because due to extreme shyness. So when there is a faith, also the faith is very extreme when it is categorized into this kind of 15 experience. So I'm just giving a rough idea what this experience means here in this context. So from tomorrow onward, we'll be mostly focusing on that uncommon experience. So whatever is coming tomorrow, but for today, you must have this determination that I will do that, generate that. And for that, I will engage in the path of the mantrayana. And I will continue this experience until I attain the stage of Buddha through the path of mantrayana. So from since first day of the teaching until now, all these teachings every day from the starting point of refuge or the impure vision, one has a responsibility to study and meditate every day. So in Tibetan, it is actually in a verb syntax, which means if you have to go on a path, if you don't put an effort, you don't get it. So it's same applies here. You have to make an effort when it comes to meditation. So when you perfect at some point the art of meditation, and this Sakadakana the verb syntax become Kama, which means now you don't have to meditate with any effort. It becomes effortless at the time of perfecting this meditation, the art of meditation. Therefore, at this syntax, there is a sa, or the uppercase letter sa, which means one has to make an effort at this causal state. So all these profound teachings, if you don't put an effort, it becomes impossible. But unless if you have a very strong karmic links from the previous life, that might be a different case. For example, at one time, in the region of Kuntang in Ngari, there was a rich person, Sherab Gyatso, who was very rich, and after marrying, he has a daughter and a son. So, at a very young age, when the father passed away, the uncle took away all the possession. Even the daily livelihood materials was not left over to the family by the uncle. So the mother, out of a sense of revenge, went to Tsangdi Yungtung to ask for to learn the art of magic, the curse, the art of cursing, and so then she made a curse which killed the uncle, and also the surrounding neighbors were also not good to her. She made a strong hailstone to fall down, which created havoc in the neighbors. So that finally she gradually had a great remorse in order to not purify that bad deeds. They were looking for a spiritual teacher. So she went back to the same black magic teacher whom I should rely to now purify the black magic I have done. So the great master of the Jaka chamber, Rongding Hakar, there was at that time. So if you go through him, he will bestow you with this teachings that purifies the bad deeds. And Mila, who was actually the son, Mila went to the Jakshan master and said that I have to do something that could purify my sins. And the Zopa chamber was very profound. Sawa Chungyal. And the Tsema Topkyal, Sawa Chungyal are the phrases. If you practice in night time, you become better in night. Especially if you are born with, if you have a karmic link, just by receiving the mere empowerment, you can gain enlightenment through just the empowerment. So in Milarepa, when he was learning the magic, black magic, he mastered that in 2 weeks. So therefore, I know that I have this karmic link, judging by the past. So I am going to receive the empowerment. So Milarepa received this empowerment, and then he sleep. And the teacher Rongdong asked him, have you had any signs? Milarepa didn't have any kind of signs at all. But it became worse to him. So the Longdong Hakas scolded him by saying, you are a very sinful person. Because I opened my mouth, when I was too optimistic actually. So there's no karmic link between you and me, so you should go. You should go to the greater Lord Zawa Marpa, Chokilodo. Maybe he might have an instruction for you to gain Buddhahood. So that's how he went. So I will not go in detail about this. The moral of the story is that if you don't make an effort, you won't get any result. So nevertheless, when he met Milarepa, so when he asked for the instruction to gain Buddha in one lifetime, I have the instruction, but whether it's gonna be successful or not, it heavily depends on your effort. So if you make a perfect effort, there is no doubt you will gain the result. This is the dharma, this is the nature of the phenomena. So if you practice this continuously, there is no doubt that the mind will transform into the dharmic path. But just by listening to the teachings, or like the Mikang revision here today, but if you just come here and you go back without practicing, it becomes the same story. So therefore, one has to have a good control over your mind. Whether you are in a comfortable stage, you have to make an effort for that, to reach that stage of comfort. You cannot blame the teacher for that failure. So in the text, when it comes to the experience, so if there is no instruction of the Guru, well, the experience might be different experience. So these people might have different doubt about those kind of various experience, and also possibility that they will let go of the dharma because of that doubt. So therefore, one must rely on the Buddha instruction. I also said in the text, all the phenomena are in emptiness. Everything arises from the emptiness. So one should abandon this expectation and hopes. So all this expectation and hopes come from all these people who have this desire and attachment. When they have this, these causes but the person to have hopes and expectation. So when you talk about the hopes, it's mostly unaccomplished in the larger scenario of whole humanities. So therefore, these hopes and expectation must be abandoned, and instead of that, one has to think that all the dharmas, all the phenomena is only have to be practiced put into practice. And then now in today's context, the uncommon experience in the end of this, one has to now, we are coming across the description of this resultant state of Buddhahood. These are mainly stated for generating joy or determination to achieve that state for the students. It is said that all the qualities of Buddha is beyond comprehension of ourself, us, our mind. But just as an example, you can also reflect on those stories that I have said, or you can reflect that when Buddha was 80 years old, when he was reaching about 80 years old during the autumn season, he was walking to a destination, and Ananda was also following him. And Ananda asked him, Tadagata, since the age of 35, you have taught various dharma, and these are all said to be 84,000. All the teachings you have taught, are they included all in the 84,000, or it is beyond the 84,000, or they exceed the number of 84,000? And while they were walking, the Buddha, and when he replied, and he offered a handful of the Buddha, a handful of leaves that has been fallen by the autumn season. He asked, how many leaves are there? He replied, there are a lot of leaves. In the same manner, how many leaves are there all over the world or in my palm? Those who are in the ground are more exceeding than those in your hand. So in a similar manner, the 84,000 is just like the palm, the leaves on the palm. These are only taught mainly based on the necessity and the capabilities of the sentient beings. So it exceeds beyond in reality. So all the Siddhantas or the Nikayas of the school, like the two Nikayas of the Shravakayana, are mainly labeled based on the two Nikayas of the Shravakas. Because it exists, because the Buddha's activities goes far beyond wherever it is required. So therefore, whatever is labeled or stated in the text is just a mere hint of that infinite qualities. So to attain that, as said before, the kindness and the compassion, if you have this compassion or the universal compassion, there is a possibility when you reflect whether you have the quality to be like that, the Buddha or not. And you see that you don't have that quality, you have to begin by generating that universal compassion and then bodhicitta for the sake of all sentient beings. Maybe I have said this before. When the analogy of a handicapped woman whose child was actually carried by the river, if that happens, The woman, there's no doubt that she has the intention to rescue, but she also had this extra thought of having a limb because she doesn't have a limb. So that invention was actually generated, the limb the inspiration to generate the limb was for not for herself but for the child to rescue her. In the same manner, the intention of the Chitta should be focused for others, not for oneself. So the quality of Buddha, the wisdom, the compassion, and the power is beyond comprehension and is only in the stage of the Buddha, and therefore I must attain that to become the guide for all the sentient beings so that they could be also freed from that sorrow. So with this thought, one has to also end with the dedication, also proper dedication. So the teachings that will be coming in next sections also has to be begin by thinking that I will keep it in a natural state and I will carry it on no matter what. So think about that for a while. So today's visualization, the uncommon experience, has to be the intention to practice that and also have to generate joy in the state of Buddhahood. The two sections of today's teaching. In order to generate the joy for the resulting state, one has to know the qualities of the Buddha. For that, one has to again reflect and investigate whether your mind is ripened or not. When you're practicing the Dharma, whether your mind has been tamed or not, whether your affliction has decreased or not, one has to compare that. Because it is said that whether you're a Dharma practitioner or not depends on that basis of whether you have a ripened mental continuum or not. So if your mental continuum is not ripened, it's not appropriate to practice. In a general way of living of a human, when they wake up until they go back to sleep, they have different stream of conceptual thoughts. The body that is labeled as beauty or ugly, the sound that is pleasant and unpleasant. And when you don't know the reality of that, that's called ignorance. And out of that ignorance, you do the action. It's called kunjung, the action. And when you have desire, any object that is desire among the three poisonous states. So when you do actions or instigated by these stage, then that's called the unripened stage. So even if you're practicing and your outer mind is not ripened, you must ripen the inner mental. Because there are cases where some people are very peaceful and calm in outer appearance, but inwardly they are very poisonous. These kind of people are, as said in the text, these are the worst of the people. And the one who is not ripened outwardly and inwardly both are like us. We are also one of the worst category. And the third one who outwardly not ripened but inwardly ripened are like Tilopa, the great Mahasiddhas. For example, his outer appearance are very unlikely, like killing a fish and so forth. Also in Tibet, Lajin Tomi, he said to be always scolding and always making difficulty to his students. And Mahaprabhu also have given a lot of difficulty to his disciple Milarepa. And so in the end, it said that in the verse, which means that I have relied on a lot of teachers, but the most important one is the Dogmi Lodzawa. So Mahaprabhu Lodzawa would rely on Dogmi Lodzawa despite his harsh conduct. He considered him to be the most admired one. And all this kind of distinction actually happen because when there's no faith at all. So also in the story related to the Go Lodzawa was also not teaching at one point, and because of that not teaching, the student has lost the faith on the teacher. So therefore he even stopped translating. Therefore, because of this kind of faithlessness, Golatsawa's transmission is very rare. And also because of that kind of attitude, he doesn't even have a number of students. So also, for example, in Tibet, Dogmi Lodzawa and Mahaprabhu Lodzawa, And outwardly, they look like they are always working in the farm, drinking alcohol and scolding people. But inwardly, they have attained the siddhi and fully ripened, who has already been placed in the stage of the Buddhahood. So these are the third category, which has to be exemplified and worthy to look after. And the fourth category is the weapon of both outer and inner, is like Atisha. Whoever sees him effortlessly fall into to make a prostration to him. So therefore, one has to must strive in ripening inward, inside of your one mind, and make a prayer and request for that every day by relying on mindfulness. Even if you are just practicing for a few moments, meditate on that. So dedication. Sepa. Tomorrow the teaching of the Bodhicitta. So whatever you have the capability to buy the flower incense, whatever in the ancient time. At one time, Atisha, who was requested to bestow the teachings of the Mahayana Bodhicitta, and he said that from tomorrow onward we have to make the offering, to decorate the offerings. If you don't make the decoration, I won't give the teachings. So all the students in front of the shrine. So what they did is they made a decoration of small mandala offering, and the mandala on top of it there was a very poor number of heap and very small kind of outer offerings. So it is very poor kind of offering. And tomorrow when it happened, Atisha came. He said, just by looking at the offering, now I won't give you the bodhicitta because by looking at the size of this offering, it's not, you don't have the link of karmic link to offering, receiving the teaching. So they made again a promise that they will do the arrangement graciously tomorrow. So again, they did it again tomorrow with a few additional things. And they invited Atisha again next day. And Atisha again scolded that I want to recite the bodhicitta because you don't have the merits to receive this teaching. So all the people now decided whatever they have, all the butter and sanda, whatever they possess, they made the lavish offering. The whole shrine, the front of the shrine was filled with this offering. And the next day Atisha came and he was finally pleased with that lavish offering. So now it seems to be now is the day that I will give you the bodhicitta. So I said before, and I just mentioned by in the morning announcement, there's no such rules or regulation. I know nobody is forcing you, but whatever the capacity you have, whether it was one single rupee or whatever, all has to be manifested from the pure heart. So made an offering through that.